All right. Taking a little walk to my good friend, Chef Rick Roman. Hello, my friend. How are you?
I'm so good. How are you?
I'm good, and I'm super, super excited about this because when I see Vitamix, when you said you were coming with Vitamix, I was like, oh, blenders, great. An immersion blender, I think, is the #1 tool everybody needs in their kitchen. Working in those high-end restaurants with the chefs in the back, this is the #1 tool that they are using.
Yeah, it's Vitamix, over 100 years in business, but they took the power of Vitamix and put it in the palm of your hand. And an immersion blender means it has a wand that can go anywhere you want. And what I love about this Vitamix immersion blender, 4 blades as opposed to 2, which is most immersion blenders, a protective guard so you won't scratch your pots and pans. But it's not just for those soups and purees in the pots, it's also for your morning smoothies. And because we have 625 watts of power, we can process through solid fruits, ice, vegetables, you name it. And this is one of the attachments that comes with, one of the accessories is the blending jar. So you're gonna notice after about a few seconds when I've broken down the larger pieces, all I'm doing is using that powerful 625 watt motor. And just like the full-size blender, it's pulling the ingredients right down into the bottom of that jar. And in a matter of seconds, I can make my morning protein smoothie. I can make homemade mayonnaises, homemade salad dressings, you name it. You can even make baby food in this jar. And you can see how smooth and completely processed this drink is. Now, I just want to show you right here. I'm going to pour you a little sip of this.
Okay.
Check this out.
I love
that
it when
was
you feed me.
Strawberries, banana, pineapple, ice, and it is a smooth smoothie. Look at that.
That's gorgeous.
I'm gonna let
now,
you taste that.
I'm going to taste that, and then I'm going to take everybody through colors.
Yeah, sure.
Because there are colors. Hold on. Oh, that's really good.
That'll get you energized for the day.
That's really good. Okay, this is the white color.
Yep.
I have it for you in a black.
And then there's the red right there.
And then at the very end,
that's a nice long cord.
Ding, ding. We have it for you in the red as well. Okay, so this is customer top rated. If purchased separately, and Rick's gonna show you everything that you're getting because you're getting a lot of accessories, it should be $259.80. You're getting it home for $169.98. Free shipping and handling on top of that saves you another $12.47. It's a $34 easy pay. Tell me everything that I'm looking at here.
So the blending jar was the first thing I showed you. I made the smoothie. Then you're getting that wire whisk. So instead of having to pull out another appliance like a hand mixer, you have a hand mixer. Then you get the immersion one. That's the one with the 4 blades that's going to go into your jars, your pots and pans. And then that 4-cup processor bowl. So that's chopping, that's guacamole, that's homemade peanut butter, that's all your prep in the kitchen. And because it's an immersion blender, it's such a narrow footprint, that'll fit right in your top drawer. And now you can go from the immersion one, which we showed you to start, and now we're gonna switch over to the 4-cup processor bowl. And this is what I love about it, okay? All you have to do is simply take the motor and snap it in to the processor bowl. Now in here I have some onions. And what I love about this is with 625 watts, I also have 5 speed. So it's one-handed operation, but with the 5 speeds, it allows me to do things that if I only had high or low, I wouldn't be able to do. So I can get the right speed here to chop these onions perfectly. So if I'm making a soup, a stew, you name it. And here's what I'm gonna show you. You know, when we talk about Vitamix and what it does, how well it does these things. Now, those are perfectly chopped onions. Here's the other great thing, okay? On the bottom, there's a little silicone pad. That keeps them from slipping.
Oh, I like that.
But Vitamix said we want to also make it a lid so you could prep and store in the same container. So super smart design.
Really smart.
And then shifting from whether it's the wand or the processor bowl, well, now I want to make a dip. Guess what? Because I have the wire whisk attachment, I can simply snap off from one attachment to the other. Now I have a one-hand operation mixing whisk, so I can do my cake mixes, my pancake batters. In this case, I'm making, and this is a dill onion dip. So it's the fresh chopped onions.
Okay.
And once again, notice because I have 5 speeds, a lot of immersion blenders are only high or low. That lower speed allows me to blend without throwing this dip all over the counter. And then this can go either in the dishwasher or you could rinse it out in the sink. So super easy cleanup. And now I've made my dip. Let's guess, you know, I know for this weekend, there's gonna be a lot of dip being eaten for the big game tomorrow. So why not make homemade dip? And
I love dips. I can live off of dips.
You know, when I think about Vitamix, I think about power and versatility. This immersion blender can do so many different things without taking up that much space. And it's like I said, it's the power of Vitamix literally in the palm of your hand.
Literally in the palm of your hand. You just choose the color, and the color is really, it's just here, right?
Yeah, this is the colors right here on the handle.
Yeah, this is going to be your white.
Yep.
This is your black.
And then the red's wet.
And then...
I know, the red's. By the way,
travel.
it's a 5-foot cord, so you can reach it all the way over here.
Here's your red as well. This is K83959. It's small, it's powerful, it's mighty. It is that name that we are obsessed with, which is Vitamix.
Okay, so talk about power. How about if I told you we could make homemade peanut butter? So in here, I put like 2 cups of peanuts.
Okay.
That's it. There's no oils added, nothing. Because we have 625 watts, I challenge you, go look at the immersion blenders in the market. Look at what the watts are on it. Vitamix is 625 watts, so it has the ability to power through these solid nuts. And it also has the ability to run for 3 continuous minutes. And you notice in about 30 seconds, those peanuts now are starting to form a peanut butter, okay?
Oh my
and
gosh.
all I'm doing is holding with one hand the button down. So the processor bowl that chopped my onions can also make a homemade peanut butter. Guess what?
Oh my gosh.
It can make guacamole. It can make salsa. It can make chimichurri sauce. But that's something that you normally wouldn't associate with an immersion blender. And in 1 minute, those peanuts are now a creamy, perfect, homemade peanut butter.
Did you add oil or anything?
No,
That's
nothing
just
is added.
peanuts.
Just peanuts. Let's do this.
Look how creamy it
I
is.
have to make a mess over here. And then let's see.
Oh, let's make a mess.
Let's see how our peanut butter came out. We did this without any preservatives, any additives. We just have perfect, homemade peanut butter.
Look at that.
And you
look at that texture.
Processes it as long as you want. In this case, I just left a little bit of that texture that I like with the peanut butter, and that's homemade peanut butter.
So we've been going for 6 minutes here.
Yeah.
We've made smoothies.
Smoothie.
I'm going to drink the whole thing.
Yeah.
We made dill onion dip.
We chopped our onions.
We chopped our onions, and then we mixed it or whisked it. We just made peanut butter.
That's right.
All of that. Okay, well, let's keep going then.
So, and again, notice the footprint. You could literally fit this in that top drawer, right? So this could be accessible to you. Instead of having to pull out a big, heavy appliance, but the immersion one, once again, 4 blades, most of them only have 2, and then a protective nylon guard. So that means if I go into my nice pots, I don't have to worry about scratching them. Now in here, I have a butternut squash and apple soup. Now, when you're blending with the immersion blender in a pot, what you want to do is you want to keep it below the surface of the liquid that's in the pot so that the stuff doesn't go all over the place. But then what you'll do is you'll turn this all the way up to high. Now I want you to take a look inside the pot. The power of this immersion blender is literally pulling all the ingredients, the solids, those butternut squash, the apples, the onions, the potatoes. So I'm liquefying and pureeing, creating that restaurant quality. And then because it's one-handed operation, I can add my other ingredients, like in this case, my cream, to just round out this soup to get that perfectly blended, delicious fall butternut squash soup. And I'm making everything in one pot and blending it in the same pot.
How
and then
fast that was.
Look at this. This comes right off. This could go in the top shelf of your dishwasher, or you could rinse it out in the sink. It's super easy to clean.
And that's hot.
This is hot. So this is whether it's your tomato sauces, your soups, the immersion blender. We, in the restaurant, when I had my restaurant and catering business, we had those giant commercial blenders. This gives you the power and ability to do things that you could do in a commercial kitchen, but in a format that's made for the home.
Blended that entire soup, that huge pot of soup.
Huge pot of soup.
In like a matter of seconds to this perfect, creamy, silky consistency.
So yeah, just like the smoothie, the soup's the same way. So here's the other thing.
Okay.
Because we give you a blending jar, right?
Right.
But I love the fact with immersion blenders, you can blend in your own container. So I'm gonna make homemade mayonnaise, all right?
How?
Mayonnaise is lemon juice, a little bit of mustard, some salt, egg yolks, and oil, right? I put it in a mason jar because you know why?
Why?
I wanna be able to blend it in the jar that I'm gonna store it in.
That
So
looks
check this
cool.
out. All
That
you
looks like a
do
lava
is
lamp.
slowly raise the immersion blender while it's blending. And now, in about 20 seconds, we have homemade, real mayonnaise, okay? Not like something you bought in the store. Creamy, thick, and delicious. And then when I'm done, guess what? There's nothing to clean up other than put this in the dishwasher, and the mayonnaise is already in the jar that I'm gonna store it in.
You stop it.
Look at this.
Wait, this goes in the dishwasher?
That can go in the dishwasher.
Amazing.
So I think we should put a little mayonnaise. You wanna talk about thick and creamy mayonnaise? How about a delicious tomato sandwich with some homemade mayonnaise.
That feels
we just made.
nostalgic.
Look at that.
Doesn't it?
So I tell you what, I have so much fun with this immersion blender, just because there's so many different things you can do. And then visualizing the power, all right? When we talk about power.
That's the red, by the way.
This is the red here. Let's come over here, I'll show you the colors. We have the red, the black,
Oh, you have all three.
and the white. There's all three right there. It's an extra long 5-foot cord,
Okay.
so you can reach to where you want to go. But I always like to show what the power looks like. So again, most immersion blenders, you know, 200-300 watts, 625 watts. I'm going to turn this all the way up to high, and I'm putting it in the water because I want you to see.
Ooh, it's a cyclone.
It creates that vortex. That's why you can create smooth suits. That's why you can make that homemade nut butter and do all those different things with one tool.
Woo! Look at that. That's cool.
And look at this.
That's cool. Okay, do this one real fast.
And then if you're a baker, guess what? You don't have to break out another appliance.
Right.
And I have to tell you, I love what's called the mono whisk. This is a singular whisk because I can stir while I'm mixing. So pancake mixes, muffins, baking, you name it. You're using one appliance to do all these different things.
Do you want to teach me one of these days how to make pancakes? I've never made a pancake in my life.
You've never? Oh, we're gonna have to make pancakes for you.
It's like a funny thing on In the Kitchen with Julia. I've never made a pancake in my life. You just choose the color. It's just a little splash of color right there on the handle. The red, the black, and the white. You're getting all the attachments. What do you get? The immersion base, the immersion blade attachment, the whisk, the 3-cup mini chopper container with a 3-point blade, and the 32-ounce blending jar with the lid. Woo!
Woo! You got
know
that was
how
a
much
mouthful.
that would be? $259.80. Our price, $169.98, and free shipping and handling saves you another $12.50. It's $34 on an easy pay. Over 50,000 of them sold, and it's customer top rated. It's K83959. One more swig of my smoothie.